8 wrestlers walk into a wrestling company. Wade Barrett, Mr. Kennedy, the tag team of Enzo and Big Cass, Alex Riley, Matt Riddle, Samoa Joe, RVD, and the Velveteen Dream. Shit happens, they don't get the brass ring. We're ranking which ones would have been the best if backstage politics, injuries, or scandals didn't happen. Starting off the list for me, number 8, Alex Riley. His run happened when I was a lapsed WWE fan. I spent most of my time watching TNA. Having said that, I would still flip on Monday Night Raw. I loved The Miz always. I would watch his segments. Riley felt like a guy that was just okay. So I don't think. I guess people say Cena held him back. I never really seen anyone holding him back. I just don't think he was anything special. He wasn't a main eventer, so I don't think anything held him back. Kicking it to my partner now. Am I right? Was there anything or is he number 8 for you as well?
Yeah, he's number 8 for me as well. I don't think there was anything to Alex Riley. I think he mainly gets talked about because he got the huge pop turning on The Miz. But I think if you put anybody in that position and they turn on The Miz, they're going to get a huge pop. If you look at Damien Mizdow, when he finally turned on The Miz, people want him to be back in the world title picture. So I think it's just more of a testament to how much people hated The Miz and not so much that Alex Riley was over or was going to be anything.
Number 7, I have Samoa Joe. I'm a huge Samoa Joe fan. Obviously, I said I was a lapsed fan. He's part of the reason I was spending most of my time watching TNA over WWE. Having said that, I don't think anything hindered his performance in WWE. He's just not the guy that gets over in WWE. So that's why he's number 7 for me.
Number 7 for me, I have Enzo and Cass. They were over with the fans, but I think it was mainly due to their mic work. Once the bell rang, there was nothing there for me. We actually were there when Enzo Amore he did knock himself out, and we thought he killed himself because
we were worried, dude.
Yeah,
because Enzo's the man.
EMTs actually ran by us, so I don't think they were that good in the ring. Tag teams don't go far in WWE either, and also they were kind of coming in during the New Day, Usos, and the Revival, and I think that those 3 teams far surpassed them as tag teams. So I think it was just, catchphrases and goofy shit Enzo said. Fans loved it, but I don't think there was enough there to get anything out of it.
Interesting. I have a lot of counterpoints. Well, they'll come up later for me. Number 6 for me is Velveteen Dream. His in-ring ability, good. His promos, good. I just don't think his character, I think his character was capped where I think for sure he would have eventually got a main event. I don't know if he would have won a world title. I think people would have liked him. I think he probably would have been similar to Finn Balor. So I don't think his scandals change his wrestling trajectory too much where it's like the rest of these guys on the list shit really fucked up where they were going.
I got Velveteen later, but number 6 for me, I got Matt Riddle. There's no doubt that the guy, he has in-ring talent, and he is a legitimate fighter, and I think he could have been a world champion in WWE, and I think if he would have got that match with Brock Lesnar, it would have helped propel him. But me personally, I just didn't like the stupid character. I didn't care for his promos. And it just, I was kind of over it with the barefoot shit. I don't like barefoot wrestlers that much. So, and I feel like he was kind of almost trying to be a Wish.com version of RVD.
All right. So number 5, Wish.com. Damn, dude, that hurts because I love Riddle. Fuck, that knocked me out of my fucking momentum here. Yeah. Fuck, I'm about to cry, dude. Damn, you went. That's an attack on Riddle. All right, number 5 for me is Wade Barrett. He's my favorite commentator by far. I just think that's why I want to ask you more, because his run happened when I was a Lapsed fan. I think clean shaven really hurt his look. I know that might be something picky, but I just think that hurt him more than injuries or scandals. So I want to ask you, was the in ring there? Was the mic there? Like for me, I had him 5 because it was like I just really don't know where his potential was.
I also have him number 5. And I think he had a great look, like with the size and everything. But it's funny that you mentioned the clean shaven, because that's the way I looked at it too. When he showed up with the beard and he was doing the bullhammer thing, and they were doing like the kind of vignette things of him being this like bare knuckle fighter, I thought that was great, and I feel like he could have went far with that. And yeah, I mean, he was a big, strong guy. I think he could have been a world champion, but I think he would have been kind of also stuck in the middle. I don't know if he could have got over guys like Orton and Cena and other guys during that time period.
Number 4 for me is RVD. I don't think anything hurt him. I'm guessing that he's on this meme because of the drug scandal. And I don't think, to me, he reached what he was going to reach. The only thing I could see how that maybe hurt him was if it doesn't happen, maybe he has a little bit of a longer run in WWE, a better run, and maybe we think of him as AJ Styles. But I don't know. I don't think he would have got to that AJ Styles level. I think that he reached what he was going to reach.
Well, for number 4 for me, I went with Velveteen Dream. I think he had charisma by the truckload. He would have gave us those epic entrances for big matches, which I think would have went over great, like at WrestleManias or on the main roster. I thought he was great in the ring and with the promos and the characters. He would have got a shit ton of toys made with all the different attires he wore, which is something Seth Rollins does. But I agree with you. I just don't know how his character would have progressed or changed later on. So that's why I got him at number 4.
Number 3, Enzo and Big Cass. For one, they would have won the tag titles. But like, all right, now, dude, they would have been bigger than New Day. They would have had New Day. They would have been New Day. Like, that's how good they were. I mean, I think that they're the shit. I'm like, they had the crowd eating out of the palm of their hand, and I don't think it was gonna let up. And then you mention like, well, you didn't mention. Bring to mind, Liv Morgan's over as fuck. That was Enzo's girlfriend. He probably doesn't fuck that up. That's one of his scandals. So they're gonna ride that pop. Like, no scandals. Enzo was drawing as the cruiserweight champion. Like,
well, that's because the cruiserweight division sucked.
But still, he's drawn. Yeah, that division sucks, and he's able to get ratings. He's able to main event shit.
How long did that last? That's how long their reign as tag champs would have
lasted. It's because of the scandals. He couldn't calm down backstage.
I don't think so.
I think that they were. I think they're better than New Day.
Enzo and Big Cass were Alex Wright and Disco Inferno. Like, they came out and they danced and they shook their ass, and then no one cared after that. And it's they wouldn't have got over New Day. New Day could work. New Day could wrestle. Enzo and Cass couldn't. And tag teams don't go far. Like, they would have. I agree. They would have got a tag title reign. They wouldn't have been 10-time champions or whatever the Usos and the New Day are. Like, they would have got 1 or 2. They would have been the Bullet Club, Gallows and Anderson. They would have got a title. No. And then they would have moved on.
In the comments, let us know, guys. Do you think Enzo and Cass could have been New Day? All right, what's number 3 for you?
Number 3 for me, I have Samoa Joe. I think that Joe easily could have carried the world title for a while in WWE.
With crowd reactions?
Oh, yeah. Look at the crowd reactions he was getting with Brock. I think he should have beat Brock in that title match. He was great in the ring. He could cut promos. I mean, that one where he was dissing everybody.
That was good.
And it's viral. People share that on Twitter every 2 days. And he also had a great resume by the time he got to WWE with beating Angle, Sting, putting Ring of Honor on the map. So I think he's a guy that, if they just let him be Samoa Joe and be that destroyer and that killer, would have been multiple time world champion in WWE.
Number 2 is Matt Riddle. Like, now hear me out on Matt Riddle. He has everything. Like, he's literally the definition of this, where scandals just fucked where he was going. He was going straight to the top. He's a unicorn, dude. He is a first of his kind. He has the indie darling style that everyone loves. He is a fan favorite like everyone loves. Because of, like, he's a guy that went on Reddit or on Twitter threads, when people talk about, oh, who's a wrestler super nice, they always fucking say Riddle's super nice. The kids loved his ass. They thought he was funny. And then, so he has all that going for him. Then he has mainstream appeal because he is a professional fighter. Then he has the locker room leader because he legit could kick anyone's ass. And then he has that Bret Hart vibe of, hey, he really loves wrestling. Like, he really loves this shit. Dude, he is literally, he's only number 2 because number 1's obviously easy as fuck to answer. But he's, I can't say enough good things about Matt Riddle, the wrestler. Like, he had everything. It's just, like, literally, he's this meme where it's like he just had some scandals that sidetracked his career, where he has to go, dude, I watch MLW just because Riddle. Like, Riddle is the man, dude. I think he had everything.
Well, Riddle is the wish.com of RVD, and at number 2 I have RVD. And I think that the only thing that held RVD back was promos. Well, you know, we're ignoring scandals and everything, but if you ignore all that, I think still promos, he was a little bit limited. But he was over, and he could go in the ring, and he's a guy that inspired a generation of wrestlers. So I think that take out politics, I think was his biggest detriment, was, you know, Triple H was...
and that's what this thing is taking into account. Like, if you don't take the backstage stuff, how big could this guy have gotten?
Yeah. But it doesn't mention being an idiot, and Riddle was an idiot. But yeah, if Triple H doesn't play his games and do whatever, I think that RVD is Chris Jericho. I think he gets 4 or 5 world title reigns, and I think that he gets some WrestleMania main events. I don't think that he gets the, like, 12 or 13 world titles that, like, Orton or Edge or Cena had. But I think, like, 5 or 6, like Jericho had, and some main event programs, I for sure think RVD could have done that and carried those.
See, that's interesting that you said inspired a generation, because that's how I've always felt like RVD is underrated in the GOAT talk, because I think this whole indie style is pretty much biting off him. I don't see the WrestleMania main events, though, but that's why I thought maybe he would get better programs. Vince would have trusted him more, gave him bigger feuds, and that he could have got that AJ Styles. Because I think that 20 years from now, we're going to think of how we're thinking of RVD right now. I think everyone's just going to say that was AJ Styles. Like, everyone just wanted to be AJ Styles. But I do think that, truthfully, it's probably RVD. Everyone wanted to be him. But since he didn't really get that true main event star run in WWE that Styles got when he was the face of SmackDown, I think Styles will be looked on more higher 20 years from now.
Well, I also, in terms of Styles and RVD, I think Styles is better than RVD. But and going back to the WrestleMania main events, I just meant, like, Jericho got 1 WrestleMania main event. I think that RVD could have got 1 and maybe even 2.
And then number 1 for me, number 1 for you. Everyone's going to have number 1. And this is the question I want to pose to the viewers and you with this, is I think Mr. Kennedy, if he hits on any of those storylines that got fucked up with the illegitimate child, the Money in the Bank briefcase, honestly, even if he didn't hurt Orton and Cena when he got fired, if he still would have been on a trajectory, I think he would have been on a trajectory to be in the same breath as Cena and Randy Orton. He would have been 10-time world champion, WrestleMania main event. Right?
Oh yeah. The Mr. Kennedy to me is like Mickey Mantle or something. Like he was a 5-tool player. He had charisma, he had the mic skills. He looked like a guy you would want to like watch on TV. When the bell rang, he could go in the ring, and his style was a little different than what was kind of happening at that time. And I think that the Money in the Bank thing hurt him worse than not being Vince's son, if that makes any sense. Because the Vince's son thing, we don't know how that would have played out. The Money in the Bank, if they would have waited like 4 more days or something crazy like that, he could have cashed in and been the world champion. And I think that would have cemented him in the main event. And I don't think he hurt Orton. I think that Orton was injury prone and he gave him a bit of a higher back suplex than Orton liked. But I don't think Orton got hurt from that. I think that Orton just got mad at the chance that he could have got hurt.
Yeah,
and he complained about it.
Yeah, I don't remember the videos when Kennedy would talk about it, if he injured Orton or what. I just knew Orton and Cena, he said, went backstage.
I think that they just politicked against him.
And that's the thing, too. It's like, could they have just been politicking against him because they knew he was coming for their spot? It might not even have been wrestling related. They might have just been, hey, we could use this.
That's what I think, is I think that a healthy Kennedy on his shit, they were scared of. And I think that
they
politicked against him. And I also think that there might have been some guys not going to bat for him, because I believe he did an interview where he talked about The Undertaker told him that Triple H and Shawn aren't going to like your style.
Yep.
And he was on Raw at the time that he got fired. And I think that if he had stayed on SmackDown around The Undertaker would have looked out for him more than when this happened.
Dude, now that you just mentioned that, that's super cool. Because, yeah, I saw that interview, Kennedy said that. And that just goes to me where I gain respect for Taker for that, because he was on Bret Hart's side with the Shawn Michaels and Triple H stuff. And I think Bret's GOAT. But it's like, I think Undertaker, he doesn't seem like he likes that. I feel like he knows that Triple H and Shawn were kind of like gossip girls with Bret. And I think that annoyed him, where he's like, hey, we're here to do a job. Like, let's be adults here. And I think with Kennedy, he's like, hey, dude, this dude has something. He can make us money. Like, let's find a way to work with him. Let's not be.
Yeah, I think it was, and two, it was, to me, Kennedy's matches made it seem like it was a fight. Like I mentioned before, one of my favorite things he did was at Royal Rumble when he challenged Batista for the title and he was working his leg and Batista kicked out of a thing. He just instantly started punching him in the foot. And it's like, if you're fighting this 300-pound guy, you're going to look for any advantage you can get. And if it's stomping on his foot or punching him in the foot, like, I just thought that was cool. And I think that it was differing styles. And I think politics hurt him the most. But to me, healthy, no scandals, no whatever, Mr. Kennedy is almost on a level of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. And that's why I think the answer to this question is so easy for everyone. And if you just take a step back and you look at it, like, we mentioned Kennedy with John Cena and Randy Orton, and he has no world titles.
Yeah.
Like, that tells you right there that the talent was, holy shit, everyone saw it, and he's just not getting recognized because, he had a couple scandals and then he got cut.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude.
Yeah, in a perfect world where there is none of that happening, I think that Mr. Kennedy is still with WWE in the Hall of Fame, multiple time world champion, and probably being looked at as one of the GOATs. Like,
Cena might not even get to 17 if Kennedy's there.
I don't know about that.
All right, in the comments, rank them for us, your views on who you think would have had the best career if no scandals happened, and who really didn't get hurt by scandals and injuries and politics and all that backstage noise.